Yes, hello friends, it's me again on my astrology channel. We've come to the last video of the week. That's right, we've reached the last video of the week. The final tarot reading video. Libra, Scorpio, Spring, Capricorn, Aquarius, and the Pisces signs. Let's see what kind of warnings the tarot has for these 7 zodiac signs in the coming week. With 99.9% accuracy, tarot lays out a flawless plan before you. The point there isn't the 99.9% of events. It's the 1%. What will you do? That's what's important. Tarot explains this. No worries. Tarot explains this step by step. It explains how all the pieces will fall into place. What will you do among those pieces? With a single move, you can completely reverse that 99.9%. That's something that depends on you. That's why most people say 99% of what you say in tarot actually happens to us. Because we act based on the warnings you give, taking into account the warnings you mention, and our wishes come true. Others say, it doesn't work. What doesn't work? I mean, what I want doesn't happen. You lay out the cards. You haven't done 99% of what I told you. Did you tell me what you wanted, my friend? You did. Did I tell you based on that wish, 99.9% of what would happen and how to do it? I did. Did you do it? No. So how come it doesn't work? Let me tell you. It doesn't suit you. It's not working because it doesn't suit you. That's why people who look at it with this mindset say, don't believe in fortune telling, but don't be without it either. Go ahead and keep thinking like this, man. No problem. Keep going with this mindset. There are plenty of people who keep this mindset. There are a lot of people who take it just as it is. There is. I know people like that in my own circle. But among the rest, nope. I've lost hope a long time ago. Now let's see. For friends whose sun sign and rising sign are Aries. Wait, I keep saying Aries. For friends who are Libra, what awaits you next week, dear viewers? You said it. He struggled and struggled. He struggled and struggled. They say, why are you criticizing? Man, you're not doing anything at all. I mean, there isn't that much development. Not even this much progress. And then you come crying at my door. Libra career life 1, Libra career life 2, and Libra career life 3. Libra's emotional life is 1. Libra emotional life 2, and Libra emotional life 3. Card number 1 belongs to the Libras. Aha! Dear Libra, next week, all your experiences will help you. On the other hand, you will need all your experiences. Mayday, 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 the Page of Cups. This means that you are going to completely wipe the slate clean regarding the past. When the moon is in Scorpio, in your business life. By the middle of the week, the moon will move into Sagittarius. And it says, if you can't break away from the past, let me tell you now, you won't be able to achieve stability. Be careful with promises that are made, but not kept. They weren't kept in the past either, and they're not being kept now. But your rising sign or sun sign is Libra. You always put others before yourself. First and foremost, you need to learn to put yourself first. Because you need to break free from that vicious cycle of repeating the past. Break yourself out of that vicious cycle now and raise your self-worth with the news that is coming. If necessary, with a crack and a snap, with a crack and a snap, cutting and slicing, cutting and slicing, cutting and slicing, cutting and slicing, cutting through things with your words. you will progress by cutting and sawing. Next week, you are literally building a new life, a new existence. You are calling for a new world. If necessary, you need to build it with a crack and a snap, with a crack and a snap. Let's look at the emotions. For this, right at the beginning of the week, whether in your emotional life or your business life, take out your squared notebook. Don't say, you first went to anyone. To anyone, brother. Learn this. You will not say, you first to anyone. Because when you say you first, when you say it too much, the other person's ego skyrockets. It goes through the roof because your energy is not like the other zodiac signs. When you pour out your energy, they just can't handle it. They start thinking, wow, look at how great I am. And their ego soars. In the middle of the week, you also put your guard up, brother. And your guard is up around you as well. I already told you about that. Cutting away, cutting away, cutting away. You're putting your guard up. There's nothing you can do there. And you move forward by eliminating possibilities one by one. And no mercy. If you put yourself first, you start to become merciless. And at this stage of your life, you don't need mercy. Otherwise, you won't survive. You don't need mercy. Otherwise, you won't survive. Mayday, mayday, dear Libra, next week. You're opening a brand new chapter for yourself, and you have to open this chapter mercilessly. There's nothing you can do. Otherwise, the people in front of you will become merciless, both your business life and your emotional life. It's up to you. This is what will happen 99.9%. Done. Now let's move on to Dear Scorpios. By the power of the shadows. Exactly, dear Scorpios. Let's see what's going on with you. Scorpio career life is 1. Scorpio career life 2, and Scorpio career life 3. Scorpio's emotional life is 1. Scorpio emotional life 2. Scorpio emotional life 3. Career life. Oh. Very good, very good, very good. Your world is changing, my boy. At the very beginning of next week, your business life, your whole world is changing. New projects, new jobs, new steps, new sectors, everything. Because the world card is ruled by the planet Saturn, and it says, you have reached fulfillment. You have no business here anymore. Mayday, mayday. You have reached fulfillment. You have no business here anymore. By the middle of the week, you're in a position where you have to create something new for yourself. Even if it means stretching yourself. The Knight of Wands. You are in a position where you have to create something new for yourself by stretching yourself. Dear Scorpio. Next week, when the moon is in Sagittarius, it's the sign of renewal. In fact, you need to renew everything, even your entire belief system, because you need to change even your philosophy of life. And while doing this, Scorpio has a very important trait. It will keep poking, because it's fixed. Tap, tap, tap. What happened? Leave those taps behind. One by one, clear those taps from your subconscious. One by one, clear those taps from your subconscious. The best way to do this is to stand in front of the mirror and look into your own eyes. You will see those fears. Clear them out, one by one from there. Because the most direct way to control your subconscious, the biggest way to change those codes there, because your subconscious develops certain codes to protect you. But those codes are not up to date. That's why it's like this anyway. You need to change them, dear Scorpio. And the shortest, easiest way to do this is the mirror. If you've been building up step by step in your emotional life, there's absolutely no problem, man. If you keep building up, you're comfortable. That's the power difference. But as you build up, you have to let go of calculations and keeping score. I did this, I did that, I did this. Man, just keep building up step by step. Elevate yourself and elevate the person in front of you as well. If you start keeping score, bam, by the end of the week, you just keep getting more and more tense. You get more and more tense. When you're in the same zodiac sign, you just keep getting more and more tense. After that, it was Mokoko until death. Of course, that's what happens when you start calculating everything in, right? Yes. And then I told someone else about all my calculations. They had something to say too. And then you started like this. Yusuf. So, because people can't stand the happiness of others, especially in Turkey. In Turkey, people can't stand someone else's happiness. They start to throw stones. And you start to back down with the manipulative tricks they use on you. Why? Because they don't want you to be happy. Yet you were moving forward, building on top of what you had. Exactly. Mayday, mayday. Is this what we have for next week? That's it, man. Especially in Turkey. Women tend to target men who have already reached the finish line. So be prepared for that. That's why when they see that the person you're aiming for is getting close to the finish line, they say, no, not them, and try to push you off the path so they can get there themselves. That's how it is in this country, in Turkey. Now let's move on to what flying psychics are and what they're not. Dear flying psychic, Sagittarius signs. Career, your life is 1. Career life 2. Career life 3. Emotional life 1. Emotional life 2. And emotional life 3. Card number 1. Aha! A rather tough, challenging week awaits you in your business life, dear Sagittarians. There will be people who are as stubborn as a log, practically fossilized, and who will try to put obstacles in your way with their so-called truths that have long since expired. If you believe in their so-called truths, believe in their own truths and think they're real, but try to follow their way, you're done for. You'll be in trouble. But at the same time, you might have dealings with official institutions. And when you need to speak, speak up. Look, when you need to speak, speak up. But do it politely, because if this person gets stubborn, forget about everything. Next week, you will be moving towards renewal, but that person doesn't want change. They don't want to disrupt their routines. In your business life, this will hinder the flow. It will hinder the flow. If it hinders the flow, well, look, it will automatically start pulling you back as well. Stuck in the same place forever. That's why next week, with the flow picking up speed at the weekend, you'll need to secure yourself in the middle of the week. Mayday, mayday. Things are going well in your emotional life. But things are only working out emotionally. Your desires in your emotional life are on track, on the path of life. It's just that, after the beginning of the week, there will be some resistance from the person in front of you. The point is whether that resistance is worth you breaking. Dive in head first and see what happens. If that resistance is worth breaking, because it's a chaotic kind of resistance. If it breaks, look, it gives such a beautiful warning. If it breaks, go ahead. But you started to break it. You see, there is bread in your hand. I mean, nothing at all. They're so comfortable. Meanwhile, I'm hurting over here because of you, because of the resistance. They've put it right in front of you, the resistance. So, they're not moving a muscle. Move your hand. I see that they're not moving at all. Let it go. Just let it be. Why bother? Because they're expecting you to do it. Now, it's not just women in Turkey. Men do this too. Let the other person make the effort. Why should I bother? There's a lot of competition among women. So, I'm valuable. So, let them make the effort. Are you really that valuable, though? Take a look and see. Now, let's move on to Capricorns. By the power of the shadows, dear ones, that's how things were up in the Highlands. Now, when I explain things like this about Turkey, I'm not just giving a tarot reading for Turkey. I'm talking about it globally as well. Since I'm in Turkey, I also have to warn those in Turkey specifically. Achtung! Let's move on to Capricorn. Career life 1, career life 2, and career life 3. Emotional life 1, emotional life 2, and emotional life 3. Let's see what it is and what it isn't. Dear Capricorn, in the coming week, may God grant abundance in business matters. Exactly, in your career and work life as well. But only if you make investments. So at the beginning of the week, while the moon is in Scorpio, you have no chance to be stingy. But your potential for stinginess is very high because you are in Scorpio. The news will come in the middle of the week. There won't be any news at the beginning of the week. You will make investments. Even the positive news that comes in the middle of the week, together with you, in the name of the power of shadows, yes, in the name of the power of shadows, after you receive that news and after the investments you make, you will move towards reconciliation. If necessary, you will go towards reconciliation by being flexible. So you made an investment here and then jump over to the other side and reconcile there. And let what you gain from those reconciliations come here. Let the two combine and create plenty of traffic. Achtung! Exactly, dear Capricorn. If you want to achieve balance in your emotional life, a bit of logic, a bit of emotion, a bit of logic, a bit of emotion. Otherwise, you won't be able to reach balance. You'll end up in conflict. Exactly. And be careful. In the middle of the week, Mayday, 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 Mayday. Houston, we have a problem. Houston, we have a problem. What is my problem? And it's just sexuality. What? Yes, it's just libido. Your libido can disrupt the balance. Your libido can throw off the balance. That's why logical libido. A little, just a tiny bit. Exactly. So you don't become dependent. Don't become dependent. If you become dependent, you'll get attached. If you become dependent, oh dear, poor you. Then you say, what have I done? You go back to your job on the weekend, but there's something wrong somewhere. Yes, there's a problem. There's a problem somewhere in your soul. Because you're only occupied with libido, your soul gets disturbed. That's why you should take a look inside yourself. What's going on in there? Is it just about the physical for you? Achtung! Exactly. Is it just about the physical? Because if it's only about the physical, it harms the soul. But here, you need to be objective, both towards the other person and yourself. Yourself, next week. If only things had settled down. Things. Exactly. There's nothing to be done. Now let's move on to Aquarius signs. Geniuses who walk, run, escape, and can do everything. It was a deep, deep period. Aquarius sign. Career life, part 1. Aquarius career life, part 2. And Aquarius career life, part 3. Aquarius emotional life, part 1. Emotional life, part 2. And emotional life, part 3. What is it? What isn't it, dear Aquarians? Now, it's the Sun-Uranus conjunction, right? Yes, you never know what Uranus is going to do, or when. Yes, that's why, if you've noticed, in next week's tarot readings, the Seven of Swords appeared for many signs. Because Uranus goes here, then there, then somewhere else. There's no focus. The Seven of Swords, no stability, dun 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 dun. But your mind is already half here, half there, isn't it? Let's see how things will be for you next week. Hold on, let me check. Scorpio, right? It's your 10th house, man. It's not what you think. You're going to have a bit of a hard time getting work benefits in your career house. Exactly. So what are we going to do in this situation? In this case, you need to push the limits in a steady way. The conditions might be unstable. Yes, but you have to push from every side so you can build a big puzzle out of it. Turn, turn. From there, do that too. Do this. Go, 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 go. If you notice, it takes from there, puts it in the middle, takes from there, puts it in the middle, takes from there, puts it in the middle, and eventually the puzzle comes together. So with that puzzle, you will move towards establishing some order. Come on, Rinda. Darinda, rinda, rinda, rinda. Ding, 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 ding. Hi, Darinna. Let's see if it's the same in your emotional life. I told you, from here to there, right? Well, here it is. I think it's a situation where it's every man for himself. In your emotional life next week, dear Aquarians, there are so many possibilities. Whoever can handle it, I guess. Well, next week there will be no limit to your emotions. That's why sometimes you might have to play dumb. To our son, come on. I didn't see it. I swear I didn't. Swear to me. I'm telling you, I really didn't see it. Are you really that indifferent? Like, I didn't see it and it's over. What can I do? It's over. Should I give my life for something that's already passed? Should I worship what I've already moved past? No, I won't care about it. I'll just keep sipping my drink, exactly. And I'll keep going, ticking along, ticking along, ticking along. So who can pull something on me when they're in front of me? If they start something, I'll respond too. But why should I care about the rest anymore? Because it's all about me. My system is Mayday, 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 Mayday. When I'm not there, what are you going to do with that system? Where will you apply it? Shall we get to the Pisces sign now? Exactly. Dear Pisces. Pisces Career Life 1, Pisces Career Life 2, and Pisces Career Life 3. Pisces Emotional Life 1, Pisces Emotional Life 2, and Pisces Emotional Life 3. Dear Pisces, at the beginning of next week, there are some wonderful surprises in your business life. When we say Moon in Scorpio, ha 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 ha, right here. With the news you'll receive, you might find yourself compelled to take action under the influence of the excitement. And these actions, these are really good moves. Actions that will add value to you towards the middle of the week. Because it is ruled by the sign of Taurus. Now, with the news that will come one after another in your business life. At the end of this week, you might even have double or even triple celebrations. This all depends on how you set things up, as I explained in astrology. From the moment you start putting things in place, there, the process will begin. You will receive news that the process has started. Yeah. Now combine the two videos, take your seat, and create your setup. In your emotional life, yours is entering a brand new cycle. Just like with the Joker card, it's entering a completely new cycle. As well, in that cycle, who is clueless about whom? Exactly. Everyone says they're very serious. Everyone says they want it. Well, yours is indecisive. Next week, we're supposed to start all over again, but will it really happen? They're not fighting, they're trying to wrap things up, dear Pisces. Carp spiral. Let's see whose fishing line catches something. And let's see what you've cast out there. And let's also check out my posts. Let's see. It's just starting, it's just beginning. The intention is good, but they also want to come back. What are we going to do? Pick the stones out of the rice. Go ahead, try to pick them out. Place? I don't think so. No matter how much you shrink yourself for them. As long as there's no growth, nothing will change. Dear Pisces, you need to start breaking away from your memories. Start breaking away. Otherwise, you'll be the one to suffer from this again. Because, well, again, exactly. And that's it. From me. For this week, friends. I'm Ozan Kurtbey. See you in the next videos. Take care. Goodbye.